Hi everybody, welcome back to Homestead in the Woods with me, Sid, episode 23, and I am just updated to the latest version 1.23, I believe, off the top of my head. I don't know whether we can see what version of, well, these screens get more cluttered every time you look at them, don't they? Yeah, I have no idea. So, any clue there? Click on the logo to see all mods. Great. No. Anyway, we're in 1.2.3 something or other, and I've been pottering around that there is some peculiarities, and one of them, and I don't know whether this is whether there'll be a bug and they'll fixed out. The tops, they were transparent when I came. I had to break one and then they reappeared, so there was some stuff going on. What I have spotted, and I'm just trying to see if this is still the case or whether it was just a failover from the previous one, was that the hostile mobs would stand out. Well, certainly the photophobic hostile mobs would be out in the middle of the sunlight and not burn. And yeah, that doesn't seem to be maybe not the case anymore. Maybe that was just a glitch from the update for the first load of the world. I don't know. I did bring out these because I kind of realised that I'd done some things. I've got duckies in there. We've got quite a few ducks now. I had baby ducks, but following the mama duck around, and I appear just to have that duck anyway. Doesn't matter. But this was a job I needed to finish off, so I didn't need to finish off. Now, on the terms of the build, well, let's go through here. Everything seems to be still working okay. Everything's fine. There doesn't. I've got a little bit of netherwort growing there, so that's all nice. The grapes are doing fine. What I have done is upstairs I have put in a window here with a sort of shutters, and here, so that's now looking a little bit more, well, windowy. But other than that, not a lot. No windowsill and all of that stuff. Inside, however, I did do a little bit of work upstairs in the metal press area, and I just want to go and... Oh, I also did a bit of work in the wine area, but we haven't done much else. This still needs some work. But yeah, I like that. That kind of works. Just a little bit of filling in there. Right, we'll get rid of you. Get rid of you. I would like a couple of... Let's go with iron. So, I would like to go and... So in here, this hasn't changed. This is all the same down there. But up here, we now have this wall. I rejigged it. I upgeared it, so that is, in theory, a little bit faster. It is unfortunately, because I did the cogs, has reversed the direction of the thing, and it is teensy bit faster. But we've just got a whole load of clutter up on that wall to make it look occupied. And we're going to do something over here. Don't know what yet. We'll sort it out. But just trying to kind of get that cluttered Victorian style things. The build style I'm looking for is, I suppose, I'm not a big fan of the word cottagecore, but that is the word that everybody uses, so I'm kind of stuck with it. But yeah, and Victoriana, cluttered, filled in spaces. That's what I'm aiming for over here. So downstairs, I would like to do some work. I'd like to start off by, well, let's have a look. We're going to have a floor in this section, Then we're going to have a half slab floor underneath, probably with some kind of vaulting or something going on. And then we're going to come down to here. This is where we're going to start with a wall. I probably don't want to go there because I want that to be a wall there. So, oh, good grief. Can't hit anything. So this is kind of going to be where we're going down here, and I've got quite a lot of tuff, and when I go down into my mines and excavate down there, I seem to get a lot of tuff and a lot of deep slate, which I suppose you would expect. That's the kind of stuff you tend to get down there, isn't it? So tuff is what I've kind of gone with as a brick of choice, and I've gone with two. I've got the polished bricks and the cut tuff bricks. So we're going to have a kind of a bit of a mosaic of stuff going on over here. Probably more of this than the other, so let me get these out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. So we can kind of get in here, just really randomize up the space like that. Get some of this going. Oops, not quite like that, but as I say, we'll have a stair and ceiling of something. I haven't decided yet. We'll work that one out. So yeah, and I also need to work out how I'm getting down. Now, one thing did occur to me that I could try, and that is to actually have, I'm not sure whether that might work. There's not going to be a lot of space though, but we could just come out here and go straight down into down here and have the walkway out here, perhaps, maybe, or down here, because I know we got that, and then that's wall. We got, I think, yeah, we got to there, haven't we? And then we got 1, 2, I think. So we could also go down this side. I could take these bushes out. I am full of cold. Not a bad cold, just a bit of a chesty cough and a snuffle, a bit of congestion. Nothing significant, but I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't recommend having it. But yeah, this is kind of what we're going to get. We'll do around the walls, get those in, and then I'm going to have a play around with the ceiling, I think, and we'll see what we come up with. Be back in a mo. Alright, I'm going to try with, so let me show you what we've accomplished so far. We've got, oh hello, that's not right. That needs to be like, no, that needs to be like that. So that's that space. Obviously we've still got all of this, that's not changed, but over here now, good grief, don't do that to me. Mystical berries and cozy crumbs. Okay, have I got any emeralds? Sorry, I'm just curious now. Yes, I do. Let's go and see what this guy, whether he trades up or whether that's all he's up. Oi! We'll have some of those, and we'll have some of those. That it? That's all you're going to... A mystical berry who will feed A, and... Okay, I've got no idea why I want those, but you can go away. We have to, if he doesn't go away, then we're going to have to, oi. Anyway, as I was saying, so in here, no floor yet, just a ceiling, and we've got this stairwell down, which gives me that. Now, I've taken out that, and what I'm going to use, I think, is I'm going to bring a chain drive down, if I can, because that will give me a number of options here. But we need, I think we need 2 big gears. That's the first, and we need to bring those. Well, we'll work it out. I'm trying to work out the logistics here, and it's yeah, fitting things in also difficult sometimes. Big cog, make myself a big cog, and make myself another big cog. That's probably a starting point. And I probably need to do something with this wall a bit more, don't I? Because that looks a little bit odd now. But we'll sort it. Now, if I were to go and put one of those there, and then put one of those there, and one of those there, they're both turning the same way, which is not what we want. We need them to turn in the opposite direction. So if I were, well, let's bring the chain drive all the way down. Now what would happen if I were to chain drive either side and put a cog there and a cog there? That would be turning that way. That would also be turning that way, wouldn't it? Alright. No traders were harmed in the making of this episode. I mean, chain drive might not be the right tool there. You know, that's just a kind of a just saying kind of thing. How do I do this then? I mean, if I were, let me just take this out a second. What if I were to do and then, but that will go, that's not going to help, is it? Because that's still going to be turning the wrong way. If I were to go and actually only, no, they're still going to be going the wrong way. Doesn't really matter what I do here, does it? Right, I need to have a good old think about this, I think. So let me just do a little bit of that, and I'll come back once I've had a think about how I want to do this. I'll be back in a second. Alright, next attempt. I'm trying it with gearboxes, because gearboxes have a peculiarity. If we go and have a look at this, if we were to put a gearbox here, that one is turning anti-clockwise, and that one is turning anti-clockwise, but they are different because they're on opposite sides. So I think that may give us what we need, maybe. However, we still need to pull power out to do the thing. So this is a vertical gearbox. It's going to go in there, and we're going to put you in there. And that is going the... why? I mean, if I take you out, you are going that way. You're both going the same way now. Ah, that's annoying. How? Alright, back in a mo. Alright, this took way more effort than it should have done. And I still need to link in some blockage, but that is working. Those are both going the right way. So we'll fill that in. That can go in there. That's all nicely hidden. Bit of chain drive. That's a vertical chain drive going up to a gear. That's got a cock there. Nothing overly fancy, just a lot of finagling to try and work this out. And I'm sure I could have done this easier. Well, in fact, I'm positive I could have done this easier. But what we can do now is we can try, there's a bit of chain drive, we can try and work out how to feed ore in from here. Maybe and I might need to go down a level yet. So that might need to all drop down a bit. So I need to get a conveyor belt dropping stuff in there. Well, I mean, a conveyor belt. I don't know whether we have chutes, don't we? We do have a chute. And if we look at chutes, that will just drop stuff out into the thingy. So, I mean, a chute would be a simple solution for what we need right now. I still think I need to come down one though. But we have a design. So, this all just needs to come down. I did have a spare piece of chain drive, so that's fine. That will come down there. That will come. That was a vertical gearbox. That was a chain drive. No. That was a chain drive like that. That was chain drive. That was gear. Then you got big wheel. And in theory, I think I might even just be able to throw stuff into that if I really wanted to. Let's just give that a test. I mean, I don't know whether I have any more chutes. I do have chutes, so that's an option. Well, I have barrels, I believe. Yes. And let me go and get a little bit of iron ore. Like that. Get rid of. Actually, we'll keep some scaffolding blocks to play with. That can go away for now. Everything else is good. Let's go. Because again, this doesn't have to be a perfect system off the bat. It just has to be good enough. So if I were to place a chute there with a barrel on top there and get a couple of pieces of iron and place those in, it fell straight through. Okay, that did not play nicely. And that's why. I think you just destroyed the chute and the barrel. So if I were to come over here and go, whee! It went through. Whee! No, This is not going to be easy, is it? So we can throw it in, but that's not ideal. And we get 2 crushed iron ore, which we can smelt. Excellent. Well, that's all good. So now what I need to think about is I need to think about bringing a conveyor belt there. I don't know whether you can do them on an angle, can't you? But that's not going to help me a great deal unless I were to place a cog there. Even that's not going to play nicely, I don't think. Need some conveyor belt. We need some coggage. Let's just go with another one. And let's go play with this. So we know I'm fairly certain we can get away with that. We can. But I need to power that. So what do we do? Do I come all the way down here? I mean, I could put more chain drive in. That's doable. It's going to turn that way because that's the direction it's turning. So that would get us. I think that would get us there actually. Maybe. Let's go. Yeah, all right. More chain drive. What do I need? 1, 2, 3. 3 chain drive. Oh, I need some. Let's have a look. So I need her chain drive. Bang. 1, 2, 3. Need some more iron nuggets. And then I'm going to want I want an andesite chute, don't I? Not a chute. It's not a chute. It's a funnel, but I want the andesite version. Get me one of those. Get me a barrel, because I wrecked my last one. And let's go and see if we can't get this thing hooked up so we can. 3 of those, take that. Put that in there. We're going to drop you onto there, and then we're going to come from there. So I think we are going to go bang, bang, bang. No. So we're going to do something like this. Will we get away with that if I were to place that barrel there with that? Well, it's on it, it's going up, it's not fast, but that's fine. But the question is, I don't think I need to bring it over one. I think that will work fine. Up, and it, oh, hello. Why are you glitching out? Maybe Maybe it needs to be one more further down. I mean, we could. Well, we could if I've got the right tool. That's going to go in and destroy, isn't it, I think? Oh, no. Whee! That's bizarre. Alright, let me have a look at this again. So that's going there, that's fine. We got it going in opposite, rotating into each other, that's fine. So items thrown or inserted into the top. Through a chute. Hang on, let me just do this again, because that looked like that was glitching further, closer in. Let me just have a look at what they've done there. I love Create, it's such an amazing mod, and the design of the interface with this pondering and things, just absolutely amazeballs, really. So, looks like we can glitch the... Let's try and glitch these through. I also need the other chute, don't I? I think. Funnel, even. Funnel. Let me just have a fiddle around with this, I think, and I shall be back with you momentarily. Alright, we're almost there. This is almost a fully working system. That works fine. I just need to get another andesite funnel, which is easy enough. Didn't I kill you earlier? Did now. Oh, so we need another one of those. I want a barrel. And then we've got to use the system and decorate it. And that's it. Really. We need a floor. So what we can do is here we can... Oh, I should have left that in. Let me just stick a piece of dirt down there temporarily. We'll stick you on the end there. We'll stick you on there like that. Everything is there. I can come in here, chuck those 60 odd in there. That will climb up. I do need to put some infrastructure in around the back here, make it look pretty. But on the whole, there's our thing. Now we can automatically cook it using lava at this point if I really wanted to. Now the only question then is, do I really want to? And can I pull... I mean, I suppose I could possibly get it off. Oops, hello, did I just pick that up? Yeah, I did. So that should be going in. That'll double all of my iron. Oh, it'll double all of my ores, but specifically right now iron, because iron is what I am short of. So we look like we're pretty good. I just need floor and frame it in, and the world is good and happy. Okay, I'm just going to run my ores through there. I'll be back in a short while. Well, it's not the fastest thing in the world. I've framed it in with some more of these cross timber cross bracers. Put a table in. I've gone with a cut copper border and acacia plank panel for the floor. I thought that will work. This will weather with time, so that's fine. Or should do, I believe it does. Let me just have a look. Cut. Yeah, so cut copper will expose and age over time. We can wax it if we had bees. We don't have bees right now. That's the thing. But this should be almost done. It's just doing the last of the gold, and we should be in a position to get these smelted, and I'm happy to call that about done. Let me have a look. We got a blast furnace there. You can have that. You can have a stack. You can have a stack. You can have a stack. We'll empty my inventory of all of this stuff that I have acquired. I use the word acquired. It's, you know, better than crap. Filled my inventory full of crap with. And then we'll, when we pull those out, we'll make sure that we get some mending on our things. And that will help a little bit. Now I'm going to get, I think, a screenshot of that, just because that's probably going to be my thumbnail. But we're not done this episode. Oh no, we're going to do a little bit of the cottagecore, decorative, fancy stuff. You know, some of the quests that are that little bit odd, off-piste, if you will, and get that kind of going. First things first, I believe that I have a few quests completed, so I need to go. That we did do a chain drive, which is great. Okay. Did I get anything? I thought I got the grindy quest. Maybe I haven't done enough of everything. Or maybe I've got that, haven't I? Yes, I have got that. So, done you. I thought I saw, I mean, there is something to collect. What is it? Shaped with care. Okay, oh yes, I made the alchemy thing because I wanted that. Now we also need to make a botanist and a tinkering table. So let me go and have a look at a it gets caps locked off. A botanist, that's from Beautify. I'm tempted to make one of those anyway. I don't know what it is, but we want one. And then we need to make 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. And one of those. And get that one going there. And then there was a tinker table, wasn't there? Which requires a piston. And a redstone torch. And that will give me that. And that will not only do those and get me some bits and that bit, that now completes the chapter. So, bonus. So what do you do, just out of interest? You just look pretty. I mean, you certainly don't seem to have any interface, so that's the thing. I suppose I could try a plant or flower on it, see what it does. Anything? What we got? No, it doesn't seem to have. I mean, it's a nice little thing, so we can. It doesn't like to break, does it? No, of course it doesn't. Right. So by the way, this guy just keeps coming back, so I've given up killing him for now. We'll pop down the botanist table. and we'll pop down the tinker table for now. This base here will get decorated and we'll take all of these out, but obviously the bottom tinker table, they're all just part of the decorative mods we have there, so that's fine. Right, now we can go back to Vines and Vintage and we can start making some of these wines. So Strad wine, Night Vision, Solaris wine is Health Boost. So we can, let's have a look, let's see what we can do. We got the wines. I wanted to also, hang on, before we started running off in that direction and getting carried away with alcohol, which is a perfectly good thing to get carried away with. I did want to have a look at this, the portable, not portable light, tidy corners, because there is a request for the wireless terminal. Now, the wireless terminal costs a few bits and pieces, and the only thing I am missing is that. And that will, what am I missing then? An spyglass, I can make one of those. So we got, hang on, we got oak. Well, actually we don't have oak. Now we have oak. We've got a redstone. It's not a repeater, was it? Comparator, wasn't it? We've got the spyglass. We've got 4 of those. I didn't even need to make one. We've got some glass. I think glass was in there somewhere. Now let's have a look at the wireless repeater again. The wireless thing. Glass, glowstone. Ender pearl. I wonder whether it's an ender pearl I'm missing. It is an ender pearl I'm missing. Now we should be able to trade you from a cleric. So let me get some emeralds and go and see if my cleric has got ender pearls. I'm fairly certain they have. Leave him alone. We'll get the overlay off. Now that has only got a range of 16 blocks. It's not very long, but there is an upgrade from that, and that's also a quest item, which we may or may not be able to do. I suspect that it will probably be using something I don't have, possibly netherite. Which means I'm going to have to go into the nether and start netherite mining, which is not my idea of fun, but you know, you're going to need it eventually anyway, aren't we? So, Monsieur le Cleric, you don't sell ender pearls. What good are you, huh? Don't suppose you sell ender pearls? No, you don't. And I'm fairly certain my mage guy won't sell ender pearls, so I need to find ender pearls. Well, obviously finding ender pearls is easy because you just go and find a tall fella and get him to mad at you and then beat him up and hopefully he drops an ender pearl. Finding that said person can be a little bit more fun. So we may have to put that off until we can get an ender pearl, because I know I don't have one, so, you know, Either that, or I go and capture another cleric, or capture another villager and turn him into a cleric, and hopefully get an ender pearl trade, which might not be a bad thing to have. But really I'm liking the way this is starting to look now. I do want to get more grape lines up. The other thing I wanted to have a play with, because we started with the wines, but the other one is the ale. And the other thing we have to play with is ale, and that would be a thing. But anyway, we can't do that. That's fine. The other one is the Galaxy Brain, the advanced wireless terminal, which I suspect, yeah, netherite ingot and a smithing template and a wireless terminal. So yeah, we ain't getting that anytime soon. Right, let's come back and have a look what else we have. Seasoned and settled. This is all to do with the actually the surprising amount of this I haven't done yet. That's the Hexalia mod. Anything else? That's just tips, isn't it? Custom mods. New friends of the forest, fernlings. Tame with cozy crumbs. Okay, abilities follow you. Sleep toggle. Occasionally bone meal the ground for plant growth. Mushrooms. Oh, so that's what the plants are for. Okay. Dark forest. They glow at night. Tame with mystical berries, and you can ride them with the saddle. Okay, well, at least we've learned something new there. I wouldn't mind having a few of those, but you know, we'll deal with that later. Cozy crumbs, you can craft them and you use them to tame. Okay, but I bought some. Okay, we'll get rid of that, which means the Homestead mod. Now there was one thing I actually just remembered that I had on my things to craft, which is this, which is a wearable lantern. So I would like to make one of those, and I'd like to make it waterproof, because we should then be able to, if I can get into my, okay, where's my baubles gone now? Oh, well, that is awful with that. So that goes in a trinket slot. Is it that one? Yes. And now I'm wearing a lantern. So that's going to be handy. And it's waterproof. Okay, well that was a thing. Where's my... Okay, well, I'll show you. Okay, you're right. So we've kind of gone through that. There's some tips in here about the mini sheep. What's a mini sheep? Mini sheep from Let's Do Wildlife. Tiny, fluffy and rideable. Tame them with sheared grass, then saddle up for a cozy compound. Okay. Chest and bowels play about. Okay, this is just all about the thing. So there's a whole load of various bits and pieces in there. Pardon me, we also now have fishing. So, found in the plains and forests in the overworld in water. Overworld in water has to be raining or thunderstorm. You've got your fishing rods, which seem to be all fairly basic. This one's odd because doesn't have, or doesn't appear to have, a startable thing. Okay. Well, I think we need to probably make broken textures. Make a plan to go somewhere in my next episode. I just don't know what I need to do. There's a lot in Portable Life, which is all to do with, you know, we need to make an upgrade base, for example, and that is that. Is that backpacks? What are you? You are okay. You appear to be both the same. Then you got, yeah. There's a lot of upgrades here, isn't there? I mean, some of these I just don't think I'd ever utilise. The magnet upgrade might be something I'd like. Feeding upgrades. But I think on that note, because my throat is starting to get a little bit hoarse now, I think I'm going to call this episode a little bit early. I'm happy enough with the progress. We've got this. We should be able to go and pull out our loot and repair some of our kit with a little bit of the experience. Maybe one more. Wow, that didn't get as much as I'd like. I'd also like to have, oh, we've got the blast furnace, haven't we? And that. But anyway, every little bit helps repair, and that is a whole load of our iron troubles solved until we run in next time. But on that note, I think I'm going to call this episode here. Next episode I will, well, I don't know, I'd want to do some more building in here. I mean, I'd like to get myself a bedroom. I'd like to turn one of these into a potion brewing room upstairs and a kind of an attic area. Yeah, I'll have a think, but until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.